to make huge moves for 2025 in my personal opinion. And yes, US government is involved. So let's go ahead and kind of talk about that. We have a lot of news updates for you guys. Today's going to be insane with news updates as we come to close with 2024, because I think 2025 is going to be absolutely wild, like absolutely insane. And it feels good to kind of close. It feels good to kind of close 2024, knowing that we are going to get a pro-crypto administration in, knowing that there's going to be changes. Yes, there is unknown. Yes, we don't know exactly what we're getting. Yes, we should be cautious Q1 of 2025. But at the end of the day, this is positive. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not like a big person on change. Like, I don't really like change because it's scary. I don't like change. I like consistency, okay? But at the same time, it's much needed change. It's going to be positive. It's going to be good. So we're going to talk about some of the things that happened over the weekend and what you guys should be paying attention to. And I do think people like Brad Garlinghouse and Charles H. are going to be big players when it comes to 2025, because these are essentially, they're like CEOs, founders of projects. They've been heavily involved in the space and they're making their voices heard. And this is actually bullish and positive for their project. And I don't really like to, talk too much about price pumps, because I think it's a little bit ridiculous, because if you really believe in a project, price doesn't always equate utility and vice versa. Utility doesn't always equate to price. And it's important to just kind of let these people do their thing and, handle business. And that's a good thing about it, because good things will come to those that wait. And we've seen that happen time and time again, especially in crypto. So let's go ahead and cover the news. Let's go ahead and cover the news and get into it. And also, too, I'm streaming a little bit early today. That's because Lo has Christmas break, and we are going to go do girl stuff today. We're going to go do some fun stuff. I had a doctor's appointment we were going to go to, but that got canceled, which is totally fine, because now we have more time to do fun stuff. Let's go and do an overview of the market. Hex is up 27.2%. We will address some of the rumors in a little bit. Virtual 15.1%. Aave, which is like OG DeFi, part of Liberty Finance platform, 15.4%. A bunch of dodos decided to trade FTT, which is ridiculous. Y'all have fun with that. Happy for you. Pengu is up. On the weekly, we're a little bit different. Things are down a little bit. FTT is up 5.6%, which you guys are ridiculous. Move and BGB. There's also a lot of FUD where it comes to hype, but I don't want to talk about it too much because the story's still kind of developing and it's just a lot of drama. And I don't like to get in the middle of drama. We don't do that on this channel. We try not to, because it doesn't help anyone. So if you're invested in hype, I highly recommend to go to Twitter and kind of research what's going on there. Just because it's a little bit deep. I'm not super tech savvy and I just not really super interested in what's happening. But anyways, this is our Bitcoin chart over here. Okay, this is the Bitcoin chart over here. So taking a look at the daily, this is kind of what we saw happen. A move down. And I've said multiple times that, we got to look for a little bit of downward price action. I wouldn't be surprised if we bottomed at like 80,000, possibly 89,000 over here. There are analysts that have been calling for 73,000. That's a potential area that we've talked about before, but it's not something that I'm like, we're going to super hit. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we did hit that area, because let's go and say that would be about a 30% correction and it would be good. It would be healthy. Why is dog not moving with Bitcoin? Because you guys, the markets are starting to uncorrelate for each other, and it's okay. It's okay. Just chill. Enjoy it. Enjoy your families this weekend, okay? The fact that I'm happy about Christmas, but some of you guys are not, is crazy, because I hate Christmas. But anyways, it is looking like we're going to break down from 92, get to about 89, and possibly about $80,000, possibly. Maybe even bounce at about $85,000. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is also a little bit bearish. We're holding on really, really, really tough over here. At the same time, so it looks like we might head downward. One thing I have said is I have said on the weekly Bitcoin chart multiple times, it looks a little bit bearish. MicroStrategy printed the red dot, and that generally indicates a downward movement, but it's going to take a lot more time for it to essentially play out. On the weekly, tells a little bit of a different story. We've got great support over here at about 71,000, would almost be a full retracement, closer to about 73 with the swing wick high. So we'll go in and do a little yellow line over there so we can see that. But I wouldn't be surprised if we hit those areas. I wouldn't at all. And I'll go ahead and buy more. I will buy more. I'm actually looking right now to pick up Link, but I would like to wait for it to get under $20. So we'll see if that happens. So I want to be patient here because I want to buy a significant amount. I want to buy about $10,000 worth of Link. And again, I think Link is a great project. We've got some news regarding that very, very, very soon. This is what the link chart looks like. As far as total crypto market cap, we are down to 3.18 trillion from all-time high of 3.73 trillion. Again, multiple analysts this cycle have said that they anticipate the crypto market cap to hit $10 trillion. And if that does happen, we will see a lot of crazy price predictions happen. Anyways, with that being said, let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is trading about $3,300. We did bounce. I'm going to go ahead and redo the Ethereum chart over here. And we got some bullish news about Ethereum. We're going to move that. We did find support at about $3,200 over here. We've got more support at $3,000. I just want us to rebound. I want us to rebound, but we'll kind of have to wait to see what happens with Ethereum because, again, Ethereum is not the powerhouse that it used to be. And yes, I'm invested in Ethereum. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart, we're just showing kind of consolidation here. There's nothing too terribly exciting or sexy. Solana is still looking pretty gnarly. It looks like we found a local bottom at around 174, but we really have a lot of work to do to get back above 210 and to continue to go a little bit higher. And yes, I will probably buy a little bit more. I'm not exactly sure when, but we'll see. We will see. As far as XRP goes, we're holding above 196, 197, which is great, fantastic. I love it. So I'm very, very much here for it. I like the price action here. Like it does give us a little bit of room to head down to 196, but other than that, I feel that area is pretty strong. Now we got to say hello to channel members. If you guys want to become a channel member, it's like $4 a month. I give you special shout outs to help support me and the show. But hello to Mr. R, to Mr. D, to Mixing, and to John Legend. Thank you guys. Smash the like. I also have a poll at the top over here. Top crypto ecosystem play for 2025. I have Cardano, XRP, AI16Z, and Solana. So it looks like the top play is going to be 59% over Smile Like a Donut. I don't know. I'm just going to start blocking people because people are just really weird and it's just weird and whatever. I don't know. So we're just going to start blocking people. Anyways, that's what's going on there. But let's get into some of the news that happened over the weekend. So as far as liquidations go, I always like to take a look at this as well. If you would like to get liquidated and sign up with my ref link, that would be wonderful because if you do that, then that allows me to make money. And I've got ref links below. We've got one for Silent Swap, but that is just a privacy dex. Also, too, my ref link is for 10% off. I don't make any money. You just get a little bit of a different. You get a bit of a discount, 10%, which is good. So I don't get any money from that, but having access to your coins 24/7, 365, also allowing you to swap them at your convenience. Great, fantastic, wonderful. We love that because centralized exchanges are good, but at the same time, you need to be able to custody your coins. And we also have Phemex down below, and I think Blowfin, not exactly, I forgot what's down there, but take a look at that. Now, as far as the liquidations go, they're not really crazy high, but one of the things that stood out was Peanut, which is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. It's only at $383,000, but it's just kind of funny to see. But now let's go ahead and talk about, really quickly too. I was on CoinGlass and they have a journal here because I always preach about, and I didn't even realize they had it because I don't use this too terribly much as I'm not trading a whole lot, but they have a journal here. And I always preach to you guys about trading and investing journals. And they've got one here. I've never used it, never tried it. This is not sponsored at all, but a trading and investing journal is very, very, very good for you to have. Like I like to use like an Excel sheet or like my pen and paper, old school, but a trading and investing journal is very important, even if you're just dollar cost averaging Bitcoin. Seriously. So I would take a look at this. I don't know how much it is, what it is, but trading and investing journals are very, very important. You need to plan this stuff out. Anyways, let's take a look at it. So Trump inauguration draws big crypto donations. Coinbase, Kraken, Ripple, MoonPay have donated to the Trump fans' inaugural fund. And the reason why we're talking about this because this directly correlates with our title, that it's going to be a big year for Cardano, a big year for XRP, and a big year for crypto in general, because now we have seen crypto really kind of take the main stage. And when I talk about the main stage, we're seeing people actually care about it. And I really think that this election, even though it wasn't broadcasted, nationwide, crypto played a really, really, really big role. Really, really big role. TikTok did, X did, and crypto. So it's important to see where the money's coming from because we talk about following the money a lot on this channel. So let's see what's going on over here. So Coinbase and Kraken donated 1 million. Ripple 5 million in XRP, which is interesting. So we might get a little bit of a price downward because they're going to have to sell that. And according to Bloomberg, Ondo Finance plans to donate 1 million, which is a BlackRock affiliated project. MoonPay confirmed a donation but did not disclose the amount. Amazon, Facebook, and Uber donated $1 million each. And the reason why we're talking about Amazon, Facebook, and Uber and OpenAI is $4 million. Coinbase and Kraken, 1 million each. Ripple, 5 million. So we're seeing companies that are in Web 2 donate just as much money as crypto companies are, if not more, for the crypto companies. And that's just kind of telling you how this is going to go in 2025. Because when we talk about follow the money, you have to pay attention to where the money's coming from, because those voices will be heard. We got another story coming about that too. So you guys are going to stick around, smash the like. We talked about this. We talked about that already. But this is a little clip from Charles, and I want to play this, and I'll explain why after I'm done. After I'm done. And I really think we're going to see a lot of really big news with Cardano and XRP and just everything. I think Cardano is going to surprise a lot of people in 2025. And I don't hold a whole lot of Cardano. I do, but it's not like a crazy, crazy amount. But I think that they're going to surprise people, and I think they're going to do incredibly well. And this is from the Angry Crypto Show.
Dave Schwartz is a great guy. He's a brilliant guy. It's a lot of fun being in meetings with him, and I love to hang out with him. He's super smart. And he's just really passionate. After all this time, he still has it. But remember, every step of the way, they were excluded, delisted, sued. And even when they won, they still had to fight. Yet they're still around. They're still here. They're still resilient. And they got a bright future because of it. And Cardano, in many ways, has similar respects, as does Bitcoin.
So the last part I don't necessarily agree with, because Bitcoin is something completely different. I know, sweetie, you're not going to hear anything. You have to go to my YouTube channel. You have to subscribe there. For some reason with TikTok, when I live stream from the desktop, it doesn't push it out like it does. So you got to go to my YouTube channel. Sorry. But I just think that Bitcoin is a completely different classification. But at the same time, that's his opinion. He's entitled to it. But I do agree 100% that Ripple has essentially prevailed. And again, Ripple is still essentially kind of fighting the lawsuit, but they made this big donation. And I know that Larson donated a lot more to the Harris campaign. I know they were trying to hedge. A lot of people are pissed off about it. Heck, I'm pissed off about it too. But at the same time, I really do think that a lot of these leaders in the space are going to make a positive impact when it comes to crypto. And that's what we want. And also too, if you guys are not following me on X, I am screaming at people to pay attention to retail, because most of us are retail. And these people could come in and do whatever in the actual heck they want to do. But at the same time, they need to advocate for retail. They need to advocate for retail. Seriously. Very, 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 very important. Because most of us are retail. And they need to not forget where they came from. But I think they will. Fingers crossed they will. Now, this is another thing that Charles H. said. He says, when people ask how we make crypto bipartisan issue, and these are the Democrats we need to talk to next year, I'll meet with Senator Fetterman's people and those like him. Many in leadership positions felt that Warren and Biden had gotten crypto wrong, and now is a time to bring them into the family. Crypto isn't a Republican issue. It is an American global issue. Only by bringing everyone together can we get to the next level. And I agree with him 100%. And this is also why I don't like maxis, because they spew all this hatred and all this ignorance and all this just like cult-like behavior. We don't like it. And it's with every community. Every community has people like that. And that's not the way to do it. It's not. But I appreciate that. I appreciate it, because when you take a step back and you think about it, crypto is it was created for the people, by the people. And we want adoption, but we want to do it right. And we don't want to essentially force it to go out there. Yes, I'm streaming. No, you may not. Don't ask me that again, because that's something you're not allowed to do when I'm streaming. Thank you. Go ahead. You can watch TV though, and you can watch YouTube Kids on TV. Thank you for listening. Did you have your chocolate from your advent calendar? No more candy for today. We're gonna go do the girls' day, and we'll probably have a little sweetie, okay? Why don't you eat a banana with cinnamon? Scoop of peanut butter? Okay, good job. Anyways, with that being said, we're going to start seeing a lot of change happening. There's a lot of or a lot of people like Ryan Selkis and Brad Garlinghouse and Charles H. and just people from different communities that are going to step up and start making their voices heard. However, I still encourage you to do the same as well. You can write to your senators and your congressmen and all your people and tell them the type of change that you want them to have, because we deserve to have our voices heard too. Okay. We're going to see a lot of positive change, and I'm very, very optimistic. So make sure y'all smash the like. Now, there's going to be token unlocks over here. Athena, Cardano. I don't know much about this, so I don't want to talk Cardano, but Immutable X, etc. So if you were invested in any projects, make sure to double check. Make sure to double check the unlocks, because that could cause downward price action for your bags, and you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't. Why don't you want that? Because the heck? For some reason, my Phemex isn't working. But I do have a ref link for Phemex down below. They're doing this big giveaway. Let me see. There's also, you could also win a share of 20,000 in USDT trading bonus pool. And if you use you would have to use my ref link to go ahead and qualify for it, or like enroll in it, or a chance to go to Bali. I'll go ahead and I'll put it in the chat. If you want to use it, great. If not, totally fine, but you would have to sign up with it. So there's that. There is that. So go ahead and put that there. Next, I will be at Rare Evo in Las Vegas. If you want to come, we got tickets on sale for that. If you can't afford to go, drop me a line and I'll see what I can do for you. But there's that. Now, next being said, let's go ahead and talk about MicroStrategy. Okay, let's talk about MicroStrategy. So this is kind of a funny thing, because MicroStrategy continues to buy Bitcoin. MicroStrategy acquired 5,262 Bitcoin for $561 million at about $107,000, which is almost the top. And Ansem says, how the F did they manage to have an average price of $106,000? So let's talk about this a little bit. This is also known as dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is when you set up automatic buys. Let's say, for example, Friday at 2 p.m. PST, and regardless of what the price of that asset is, you buy it. And this is where it gets really tricky. Because you can dollar cost average, and it's a very safe way to accumulate an asset. But at the same time, you can end up buying the top. And most people should be in profit with Bitcoin. There should be not a whole lot of people that are underwater in their Bitcoin positions right now, because we pumped so high to a high of $108,000. But that being said, this is crazy. Like, it's just a bit crazy. But still, because they dollar cost average, the most important part here is that they've acquired 444,262 Bitcoin at $27.7 billion at an average price of $62,257 per Bitcoin. So even though Michael Saylor bought the top, they didn't necessarily buy the top. It's just kind of it's dollar cost averaging. So dollar cost averaging is a great way for people to accumulate an asset, but at the same time, you will have things occur like this, which is that good? Is it bad? Is bad. Shout out to Crypto Active for the $3 super chat. Thank you so much for being a channel member. Shout out to Steady User and Minky as well. MicroStrategy keeps buying Bitcoins at all-time high, kind of, sort of, but they've accumulated so much when price was low. They've accumulated so much when price was low, so their buy-in isn't that like crazy. So there's that. So I don't know. It makes it. It makes. Thank you, Philip, for the hat and the mustache. So it makes things interesting, but at the same time, I'm not buying $100,000 Bitcoin. Good for him though. And again, MicroStrategy owns like 2% of Bitcoin. Now, this is a parody account over here. The UAE reportedly holds 50 billion Bitcoin. Nation states are quietly aligning, treating Bitcoin as the ultimate strategic reserve. This is a parody account. I don't know if this is real or not, but it's just kind of funny. But this story is in fact true. Metaplanet adds another 619 Bitcoin to its holdings. Metaplanet's yield is 309.82%, and it showcases strength and active Bitcoin investment strategy. Who are these people and why are they important? So it's a Japanese version of MicroStrategy, and they now hold 1.7 million Bitcoin worth around $169.2 billion. Why is this important? This is important is because we're seeing other countries and other companies and other people follow suit, like MicroStrategy. And this can get a little bit dangerous because you're essentially taking loans out on equity and debt to buy more of this asset. And you're doing collateralized loans, all kinds of stuff. So it could get a little bit messy. It could get a little bit messy. And you guys have to think if there's liquidations and what kind, what that kind of looks like. So I don't know. I'm somebody, I don't like debt. So if these guys want to do it, good for them. I don't know if that's something I feel comfortable doing. But again, they're businesses, so there's limited liability there because it's not actually them. It's not actually them. So there's that. Crazy business, though. And if you're not bullish on Bitcoin, I don't know what to tell you. Also, too, Jeff Bezos said that there's a rumor that his wedding was going to cost $900 million. So he's getting dragged all over the internet. Michael Saylor, of course, says $600 million to buy a lot of Bitcoin. Jeff Bezos said he did not spend $600 million on a wedding, and it was just a bunch of BS. But of course, Michael Saylor has to chime in, essentially shilling Bitcoin, which is good. But at the same time, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. This might not end well. This might end well. Not exactly sure. But Cointelegraph, MicroStrategy CEO released digital assets framework, which includes Bitcoin strategic reserve, highlighting opportunity to position America as the global leader in the 21st century. So another person wants to add a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Of course, it's Michael Saylor because it's going to be bullish for his bags. It proposes classifications for digital assets like digital commodities, digital securities, and digital currencies. Digital commodities, he just wants it to be Bitcoin. So you have to be careful there. We have to be very, very careful who we allow to speak for us. Calls for clear rights for issuers, exchanges, and holders with compliance and transparency. We like that. Suggests reducing token insurance costs from millions to thousands of dollars. Well, that depends. Proposes to use Bitcoin to reduce U.S. national debt by $36 trillion and seeks to position the dollar as a global reserve digital currency. Interesting. And the reason why it's interesting is we also have Van Eck that comes out and says that a Bitcoin strategic reserve could slash U.S. debt by 36% by 2050. I think another company came out and they said that it would be 44% by 2050. It could have been Senator Loomis. I forgot who it was. But moral of the story here, you have to understand the only reason why these people are bullish on a Bitcoin strategic reserve is because they hold Bitcoin because it's part of their business model. If they didn't hold Bitcoin, they wouldn't care and they wouldn't be proposing this. So just make sure you understand what this means. Are these people really bullish on Bitcoin? No. Are they really bullish about self-sovereignty? For liberty? For retail? No. Do they care about you? Not one damn bit. They care about their pockets. Is this good for crypto? Yes. Is it bullish for Bitcoin? Yes. But at the end of the day, they only care about their pockets. And if they weren't invested in Bitcoin or didn't have businesses making them money on it, they wouldn't care. So keep that in mind. Keep that keep that in the back of your mind. Smash the like, smash the like. We got almost 500 people in here. Shout out to Gamer. Let's keep going. Next, this is an important story. Trump picks Bo Hines to lead presidential crypto council. He is a former House candidate in 2022 and 24, will work alongside David Sachs, formerly PayPal, to promote crypto in Trump's administration. I want to talk about this guy a little bit because I don't know a lot about him, okay? He will oversee a new advisory group with crypto industry experts, working with David Sachs, Trump's pick for AI and crypto czar. I want to know who the other crypto industry experts are, and I want to see John Deaton there. And I trust John Deaton over than I trust all of these other people, because John Deaton comes where a lot of us come from. And we want people that don't come from ivory towers, that didn't have a privileged life. And again, there's no shade to rich people, no shade to people with any at all, just as long as you're a good human being. But we still need someone there that is realistic. We need someone there to kind of check these guys and to always continue to put retail first. That's all I'm saying. But Hines is a young guy. He's 29 years old, which I think is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. He ran, okay, it does say here that he did receive backing from former FTX digital market CEO Ryan Salami, which I don't think is a bad thing because everybody received money from that guy. But we'll see what happens. And again, you guys, I commented on Twitter because that's what I do, because I'm a crazy person on the internet when I found out about Mr. Bo Sachs. And I said, because this is important, where is it? I says, this is the the post over here. I said, who is Bo Hines? Is this good for crypto? Will retail be treated with respect? And can we abolish the accredited investor predatory laws? That's what you should be asking yourself. If they're not going to abolish the accredited investor laws, then none of this really means anything. Why? Because if you're an accredited investor, you make more than $250,000 a year, you have more than $1 million in assets, and you get special privileges to investing and to money that poor people don't get because they think poor people are stupid because they weren't born into wealth, they didn't acquire wealth. And you're not stupid just because you don't make a lot of money or you didn't acquire or weren't born into wealth or acquired. It's okay. There's a lot of really intelligent people that deserve to be treated the same way accredited investors do. That's all I'm going to say. We talk about that a lot on this show. Next. Okay. This is a tweet from him on January 16th of 2024, which is good. He says, cryptocurrency is the epitome of empowerment and finance, of individual empowerment and finance. We don't need the government stepping in and slapping burdensome regulations on financial innovation. This new sector needs freedom to grow organically. Decentralized finance is the way of the future if regulators don't crush it. So this is good. This is positive. This was prior to him getting, this was prior to Trump getting elected and prior to him getting this position. This was back January 16th of 2024, about a year ago. So far, so good. So far, so good. We love it. Good for him. But we need to actually see the action. This next story. President-elect Trump says he will deliver the largest tax cuts in history of our country. So, good or bad? I don't know yet. All I know is we need to get more money in the hands of people because inflation is not going, inflation can go down, but the cost of goods and services won't go down. So if we do get tax cuts, which with DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, we should get a lot of tax cuts because they're removing a lot of these private sector trash that are government funds, our taxpayers' fund. So that's good. That's positive. That's exactly what we want to see happen. So eliminating taxes, it would be easy to do if we shut down a lot of the stuff that we don't need. So I'm with it. If that's what we're doing and that's how we're going to slash taxes, good. And I want to slash taxes for rich people too. I want to slash taxes for corporations too. Oh, that's really controversial. I said that, right? Well, the reason why is the job market is really hard. So if you make a deal with these rich people and with these corporations, you're like, hey, we'll slash taxes for you, but you need to do X, Y, and Z, and you need to pay people this. They'd be glad to do it, I'm sure. I'm just trying, and I'm a really firm believer in non-corporate capitalism, but at the same time, you got to compromise with these people. Ooh, woolly hat, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jose. Appreciate it. Woo! I don't know, that's just my thought process on it. And argue with me in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't mind. I want to hear your perspective. I just want to make it to where people can actually get damn jobs. All right, so Tether CEO donated $775 million strategic investment to Rumble. I've got a channel on Rumble. Love to see it. And this is interesting because it's a crypto company. And this is a massive donation too. Love it. Also too, he tweeted, the CEO of Rumble tweeted, imagine you can easily tip your favorite creators with Bitcoin or USDT directly on Rumble. Crypto is coming as far as tips go. And it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. I'm curious to see when it's going to happen on X. It's going to take a lot of time, but under this new administration, it's going to be possible. Do I like Tether? Tether makes me a little bit worrisome, but at the same time, a little bit worrisome, but at the same time, kind of, we'll see what happens. I'll see what happens. Shout out to the UK. Shout out to Joe. He's a maxi. Be nice, though. Be nice. Yeah, that's the only reason why I want tax cuts or like how they should do it. Anyways, this next story, transforming community engagement and automation with high quality, cost-effective AI. If you don't know who we're talking about, we are talking about our partners over at PAAL AI. Thank you so much to PAAL AI for partnering with the O Show, everything crypto, every single day. We talk about AI a lot. We've been talking about AI 16. And the cool thing about PAAL AI, they've been in the game for about a year or two now. They were one of the early AI agent products available in crypto. So they just announced an official partnership with IBM to deliver customizable, cost-effective AI tools across industries. PAAL would leverage IBM's cutting-edge solutions like Watson X to enhance development and scalability, and so they're supporting over 10,000 multi-platform AI agents using IBM's models. Some example use cases include Amina Rewards, Health Assistant for 2 million users, RY Watches, real-time inventory and personalized shopping recommendations, Ledger AI. Love it. Absolutely love it. And a little bit more about PAAL AI. They created an AI ecosystem with the ultimate real use case for any industry. You get to build your vision, deploy your custom AI agents designed specifically for your goals. And if you haven't checked out my video I did on PAAL, you should. It's on the channel, so go check it out. Check it out. And also, too, this is the official statement from PAAL AI. They're on X. I highly recommend you follow them. If you're somebody who is interested in AI, they're a great place to start because they've got a really cool ecosystem and it's not just constricted to crypto. You can do it with a lot of different industries. So it's something to pay attention to join their community and ask questions. And again, PAAL AI, thank you so much for partnering the O Show, everything crypto every single day. Now, I told you guys we were going to talk about Chainlink. Chainlink is supporting new projects. Simon's Cat, Cock Inu on Avalanche, Goat, Hamster, and MogCoin. Shout out to Mog. Mog your Mog if you want a Mog. But again, Chainlink does great stuff. And without Chainlink, oracles, a lot of DeFi doesn't exist. So we love it. Awesome. Aptos, I'm not going to talk about that too much because I don't really know what's going on. But apparently, the founder stepped down. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know. I'm not holding Aptos. It was like a Charlie Lee move from Litecoin. We're not going to talk about it too much. But this story over here, we are going to talk about. So this is all alleged. Hex founder Richard Hart wanted by Interpol, Europol on charges of tax evasion and the A word. So I read the story. And I've decided that we're just not going to talk about Hex too much on the channel anymore, primarily because I have very, 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 very strict rules about what we talk about and what we don't talk about. I'm very strict on innocence. I'm very strict on treatment of innocence, and you guys know what I'm talking about. So all I'm going to say is I wish the Hex community, the Hexicans, luck and everything that they're doing. I hope that everything turns out okay. But I'm just not going to be talking about it much because I don't know the ins and outs of this story. And it's just not something I feel comfortable talking about anymore as a project for now. But I do have nothing but love and support to the Hexicans, the good ones. But one of the things I do want to remind you guys, you do need to pay your crypto taxes. Generally, not paying your taxes triggers other things. You could be the best person in the world, the most honest, kind person in the world, but if you don't pay your taxes, they're going to come after you. And especially being a high net individual and somebody who has a very, very, big personality, they're going to go after you, especially in the crypto industry. So I hope the charges are not true about the A word, but at the same time, I don't know. So we're just not going to be talking about it on the channel. And it's no disrespect to anyone. It's just my personal opinion. You guys know how I rock with a lot of these things. So shout out to Gamer taking a vacation. Ooh, Gamer's making some money. Someone said USDT will be replaced by RLUSD. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And what's the next on here? Okay, this right here. Elon Musk says, I will be shocked if this doesn't happen. What are we referring to? Let's take a look. Guess who might get an early pardon from President Biden, the second largest donor to the Democrats, and it's Sam Bankman-Fried. Let's talk about this a bit. So at the end of every presidential term, presidents in America, they do lots of pardons. And a lot of people think that Sam Bankman-Fried from FTX may get a pardon. So we'll see what happens with that. A lot of people say, I don't think it's going to happen. Elon Musk says, I think it's going to happen. And remember, Sam's parents were very, 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 very much connected. Super, super connected. His family is friends with Gensler and with Warren, and he was the second largest Biden donor. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. It would sound like this would be reasonable and he would do it because they've pardoned a lot of crazy things. But again, every president does. But at the same time, I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. But anyways, you guys, that's the show for today. Me and Lo, we're gonna go do mommy and daughter stuff. We're gonna do mommy and daughter stuff because why not? Why not? I'm not going to say any, I'm not going to give any insults to people today, especially on the internet. I'm going to give insults. I'm going to try to be a better person, but I'm really excited. I want to show you guys my thrift store outfit. We're going to talk about that. I got this shirt for $6. These pants for, I think $10 with 20% off. So I'm excited about that stuff. Anyways, you guys, I don't know what the second media piece is going to be for you, but we'll get something out. But me and Lo, we got to go. We got to go do mommy-daughter stuff. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Christmas Eve is tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow. Probably 10 a.m. PST because I got to take the kids somewhere. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Shout out to Squid Grow and Silent Swap and Market Cypher and Brave, PAAL AI. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.